A great-grandmother chased off a robber by saying just one thing.
Amazing. Joy Benedict spent the day with this lady. She's live in Lorraine County with the story. Joy?
Yeah, guys, it's usually one of the first words we know, simply no. One of the first words we learned, that is. But it was a great-granny out in Vermilion who used that word to thwart a robber they came face-to-face with, and guess what? It worked.
Grandma Tyson.
You wouldn't know it by seeing her in her kitchen, but this 71-year-old great-grandmother is rather feisty.
I was not scared. I wasn't shaken. I was just mad.
For 20 years, Sandy Fry has been a clerk at this local gas station, but Saturday night she came face-to-face with a robber.
Looked right in my face and he said, I have a gun. I don't want to hurt anybody, but give me the money in the register.
But this wasn't Sandy's first robbery, and she's not called Grandma Tyson for no reason. See her finger wagging in the surveillance video? This was her reply.
I thought, no, not going to do it. So I told him, I said, well, bring the gun out or hit the door, one of the two.
Hit the door, N-O.
I expected him to either come out with a gun or conk me one. But I'd already said it, I couldn't back down.
And then our robber surprised even this experienced clerk.
His face looked kind of blank.
Our 6-foot-tall, 200-pound bad guy simply said,
thank you, ma'am, and out the door he went.
Granny Tyson scared him away and then realized what she'd done.
I came out of that one ahead, but not always.
Today, she says she'd take it back and hand over the cash. You see, Sandy is only 71 years young, so she has many more years to go.
For anybody else out there, don't do what I did, because it's dangerous.
It is dangerous, and we're certainly glad that she is okay. Apparently, our polite criminal tried to rob another gas station here in Lorraine just a few minutes later. According to this police report, the same guy, matching the same description in the same car, used the same line at a Gas USA station. As I said, less than 20 minutes later. This time he actually got into an altercation with the clerk and then ran away again, penniless. Live in Lorraine County, Joy Benedict, 19 Action News.
2 families left homeless after a house fire in Slavic Village. 19 Action News, the first on the scene as that fire unfolded. Reporter Joy Benedict was there and joins us with more. New at 6. Joy?
That's right, Tiffany. You know, just to give you an idea of how big this fire was, we actually saw that thick black smoke from Parma minutes after the fire started, and within an hour, a 3-story home was a total loss. 9 people are homeless, and a community has a visual lesson for every child in the neighborhood. Thick black smoke filled the street as firefighters rushed to save this 2-family home. Those who live here watched helplessly.
My wife was here with 3 of the kids, and we had an extra grandkid was here as a newborn.
Sanford Dixon had just left. He took his grandkids to a movie when he got the call.
She just told me the house was on fire. We just immediately jumped up and left the movies.
Sanford, his wife, and 2 young children live in the downstairs apartment. His daughter and her 3 children live upstairs. Investigators say just before 1, a 6-year-old child playing with a lighter accidentally set clothes on fire in the back bedroom. But thankfully, this child knew what to do next.
He had enough sense to run and scream that it was on fire so that everybody could get out.
Everyone did get out, and neighbors like Susan watched it all unfold.
2 of the firemen were on the roof. They tried to come out or break the windows so that they could get water inside the building. And the minute they broke the windows, the flames came shooting out, knocked them off the building.
Bumps and bruises for those firefighters. But with so much smoke and heat, this 100-year-old home is a total loss, leaving this community with a scary lesson for everyone walking by.
If they play with matches, that's what possibly happened to their stuff.
As for the Dixons, they lost it all.
I don't have nothing. We don't even have the keys to the car. We have nothing.
But even though Sanford's belongings are reduced to this desk drawer, he says he's thankful because what matters most is still here.
Well, everybody was okay. Yeah, everybody was fine. That's the main thing.
It certainly is. Now, the Dixons did not have renter's insurance, so the American Red Cross is helping them find a place to stay tonight as they try and figure out how to rebuild their lives. Joy Benedict,
We've all heard of cougars, older women pursuing younger men. Heck, there's even a TV show based on the idea.
Well, now researchers are saying it's all a big lie, a myth. Joy Benedict spent the evening tracking the elusive cougar. Joy?
I certainly did. I was on the prowl for that cougar, but clearly this cat hasn't earned her spots, and according to a new study, I never will.
Look at that cute guy right there. I'd like to lick his body. That's my son.
We see it on TV and in the tabloids, the cougar, an older woman with a younger man. But are they just a myth?
No, I didn't see a cougar.
No, I didn't see any cougars.
A new study on dating by the University of Wales Institute says cougars are almost as extinct as the felines they're named for.
They prey on smaller mammals, sheep, a lot of livestock, that sort of thing.
Younger, smaller male animals?
I really couldn't say.
There are no cougars of any kind at the Metro Park Zoo, but this new study of 22,000 men and women says, like leopards, we don't change our spots, that men are mostly attracted to younger women.
That makes sense, especially from a biological standpoint.
Meaning as the lioness ages and can no longer bear cubs, the lion goes hunting for a pussycat who can't. Meanwhile, women tend to prowl for an older companion.
I think that's true. My guy is 38.
But across town at the Naughty Mermaid, folks aren't convinced that cougars are extinct.
Working downtown, you see it all the time.
I've been hit on by older women before, and it's not a bad experience.
Not bad, because although no one wants to be a cheetah, cougars have pride.
Maybe 55 plus, very successful, and is just living life, having fun.
Something all us females, whether laugh, leopard, or lion, should be able to do. The zoo was a great sport today. Now, this study is also based on the assumption that cougars are looking for love, whereas everyone we spoke with said love isn't exactly what the cougars they know are necessarily prowling for. Joy Benedict, 19 Action News.
In the story we first brought you Thursday night, a 24-year-old Elyria man was mauled to death by a bear. Joy Benedict has been following the story since it happened and is live at 6 with more. Joy?
Well, Tiffany, today we are learning more about the attack that killed Brent Kandra and about the fate of the bear. We do know that a state veterinarian was headed to Lorain County today to euthanize the 8-year-old black bear, and the owner was ready to fight it if Brent's family approved. But for now, everyone is still certainly saddened and in shock.
I mean, he was very lovable, big-hearted, one of the most beautiful people you ever want to meet in your life.
The grieving continues today in remembrance of Brent Kandra. The 24-year-old with an infectious laugh was mauled to death by a bear while working at an exotic animal rescue.
Brent was one of my best friends. He was with me for over 6 years. He was loved by me and loved by a lot of the animals here.
But it was his love of animals that cost Brent his life.
Unfortunately, this particular bear was his favorite, and he spent the most time with him.
Sam Mazzola owns this farm and was here Thursday as his friend was attacked. He was able to get the bear off Brent by spraying a fire extinguisher. We're told the bear bit Brent under the arm, severing an artery, and he bled to death internally.
Many of my family members wish it was euthanized.
Brent's father spoke with CBS's early show this morning about the fate of his son's killer. He pointed out that euthanizing the bear won't bring Brent back, and his son knew the risks.
He enjoyed what he did, and he wanted to learn as much as he could about it, and he really enjoyed being a part of that operation out there.
Brent worked on this farm a few times a week. He'd known the black bear who attacked him since he was a cub.
I mean, he was 6 years experience with this.
But as we've seen too many times in the past, experience is little help when a wild animal attacks, and it's little comfort to his family and friends today.
I'm sure that not only I'm going to miss him, but there's a lot of animal friends here will too.
Just a heartbreaking story, not only for Sam and that farm, but obviously Brent's family. Now, Brent's funeral is expected to take place Thursday or Friday, but the arrangements are still pending. As for that black bear, I just got off the phone with someone a few moments ago, and it is still alive. Joy Benedict, 19 Action News.